And here begins the restoration of what is called the HARP. A lot of other times it's called the Christoglatt. This is basically nothing but tuned metal bars with a resonating chamber back behind them. And you can see here's some of the metal bars going across. They are not arranged chromatically. They're arranged in thirds. This jumps from C sharp to F to A, C sharp, and then the cycle repeats itself. This is B, G, D sharp, B, G, D sharp, B. It repeats itself. And then down below is the other set of bars, which are rustier because they were lower, closer to the floor, with more moisture condensate getting on it. These white areas that you see, these are the remnants of a leather gasket that the striking pneumatics were glued onto, and there is half of one of the striker pneumatics glued there. Most of these just fell off. The moisture over the years was enough to loosen up the old hide glue, so they came right off. Some of the others are stubbornly still attached. If you look down here at the bottom, there's a few that are still stubborn, and there you see just shrapnel everywhere of all the various, parts and pieces of it, which will all have to be, they're all being labeled and numbered, so they'll all go back exactly where they're supposed to be. Here on the chest itself, you might be able to pick up faint pencil lines on either side of that leather gasket. And I will, because this will all be cleaned up, it'll have to be sanded, all clean. What I'll do is I'll take a square and a very sharp awl, and I'll redo those lines, except I'll scratch it. I'll actually score a line in the wood, so that way it will not disappear during the sanding process, and that will guide me when I start putting everything back into place, because they had to be reglued exactly where they came from. But anyway, here's one of the strikers, and the striker was just absolutely nothing but a hard rubber ball with a little felt sock over it, tied around a wooden dowel shank, and that's what would strike it. The felt gave it a softer sound to it. But I'm gonna pull it across some of these, and you'll actually can hear the semblance of the harp that it would give off. All right. Or down here. Or down here. Or if they were struck just by themselves, you would get a... But, mostly for a harp effect, when you're playing, a broken arpeggio like that. And the bars are all here. Now, there is one that's missing here. I say missing, it's out in the truck. I've still got it. But the bars are rusty. The ones on the bottom, closer to the floor and dampness, are rustier. For right now, what I'll do is remove the rust as much as possible, polish up the bars. They are originally nickel plated. The back sides of one of them are not. They are a plain. You can see on the back side they're very plain, so they basically only plated the workings or the showing side of each one. And that, where you see a little grind mark in the middle of the bar right here, is how they would tune them, or how they would really work the overtone series in with them to make them sound appropriate. But anyway, I'll clean them up, and when I get a little extra money somewhere down the road, I'll probably take them to a plater and have them ground down. When I say ground down, they'll remove most of the old plating, clean it up, and then they'll replate them with a nice nickel, so they'll look really nice. And of course, there's the original emblem on it, the Liberty Chimes. So that's the ones that made this unit. Robert Morton, nor Wurlitzer, made some of their different components. They would They would actually farm them out. You know, other places would make certain components of theirs. So this set particularly was the Liberty Chimes. The xylophone that's still in the large shop area is made by Deegan. So anyway, here's the beginning. And you'll see it will be amazing when it's over with.